Appreciate it.
Let me ask you. So let's go back a little bit real quick. So I just want to get a little bit of I want to kind of understand how you actually came to know that you actually had talent as an artist.
It's a funny story.
You know what I mean?
I was born an artist, and proof of that is when I was a child. I just thought everybody knew how to draw as much as people knew how to talk.
Okay.
I didn't know that wasn't the case until one fateful day. I'm sitting with my father, and he started to draw something. And as a child, I gotta be, I want to say maybe 6 or I don't know, 6, 7 years old, maybe younger. I don't know, but I just remember this light bulb moment went off, and I looked at his paper. I was like, oh my God, there's something wrong with my father. I was like, oh my God, almost like he needed help.
Yeah.
Like, oh snap, something's wrong with his eyes or something.
Yeah, he can't. He's not right. He's not functioning right.
He's not functioning. And then it occurred to me after talking to him, not everybody is an artist. I thought everybody just knew how to draw.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, so it's a talent. And then even at school, grade school, I mean, they had me drawing like for plays. I was drawing the flyers and everything. Like people were leaning on me at a young age for artwork.
Wow.
Even in college, I was doing like the book covers for the art class. They would put out an issue, and they would actually have my artwork on the cover. I worked for the college newspaper. I was doing illustration work. So I've been an artist my entire life. Even before I finished high school, I had already received a certificate of commercial arts before leaving high school.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
So it's really effortless to you.
I wouldn't say ever. I mean, like anything it's work, right? You got to learn things, and you got to practice, and painting was always a challenge, not like in a negative way, but when you're painting a picture, especially if you're trying to do a portrait, something realistic, you got to get familiar with the brush and how it responds once you put it on the paper. And when it's wet, that brush is going to respond differently than a pencil. And are you going to be able to, paint eyelashes and paint these fine details without it looking crazy and muddy, and how paint reacts when it runs into other paint?
Yeah.
Is it going to bleed? How do you, compensate for that? Yeah. So in every form, every media, there's always challenges,
Absolutely. So. That paintbrush thing is real, because I did a paint, you ever do those paint parties? They probably don't
know
the paint parties, but they do these paint nights, and they have a model picture, and then there's a person that tells you, all right, do this stroke and pick up this brush and do this, and you're trying to emulate the picture that they have up on the board. And
no, I never done that. Yeah. I mean, it just sounds like art class to me, period. Yeah, that's what you do.
And they do it's called paint parties and stuff like that. And the different brush sizes it matters, and it affects if things are going to run, and mixing certain
how thick it is. There's watercolor brushes, there's acrylics, it all depends.
Yeah, I got sloppy handwriting, so drawing is automatically out there. You know what I mean? Not my thing.
Hey, you can still get by. You can do abstract.
That's what we call. That's a lane we always throw it in once we fuck it up. We're like, there you go. If you see what we set out to make in the beginning, you'd be like, oh, all right. Then we show you what we got. It's like, oh, it's abstract.
But guess what? Most creatives, when we set out to create, I would say most of the time it kind of evolves and changes anyway.
Absolutely.
It just does.
Absolutely.
So, and hopefully it's for the better.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you know what it is? Sometimes you start out with just an idea and you're like, yeah, I'm going to do this. Then when you get on set, that idea evolves based off of what you're working with, environment, what they bring. So many different things. Your mood. Because I've been inspired driving to a shoot based off of what music I will, or daydream or something. It's like, man, I want to shoot something different now. You know what I mean? Like,
you got different energy about it. Yeah.
Energy about it. Exactly. Or the person shows up and you see them and you see their style, or they may come dressed a certain way, and it's just like, man, I like this vibe. I like this vibe.